And but of course now today, if you know, you can always get a job at McDonald's, and on the thing, you know, okay, Big Mac, fries. Okay, you owe this much. You give them money, and it says give them back this much. Well, that's all well and good, but you know, the problem is we go sometimes into places and you know, technology is wonderful when it works, but it doesn't always work right. But you know, if you go in and you can't add, subtract, and so forth, and you go in and you look at the bill and wow, and you pay them and go. Well, if you can add, say, hey, what I bought can't possibly be this much. You know, I was in a store recently buying some stuff, and what they did, they didn't clear the cash register from the person ahead of me, and they had their total and my total together. I said, what I've got here won't add up to that. And the clerk says, huh? The machine said, I said, hey, look at it. Here's $2, $3, $4. And you've got me up here at about $30-some, and I've got about $10 worth of stuff. I don't think so. And so she called the manager. Something wrong here. Oh, you know, they failed to strengthen the hand of the poor and the needy, to give them what they needed to be able to function in the society. Just passing them along. It won't work. And of course, you know, I like this. It says pride, abundance, or fullness of bread, and abundance of idleness. You know what that says to me? A bunch of arrogant, fat, lazy people. Pride, nothing more than arrogance. Fullness of bread. Hey, how many diet exercises have you seen since the first of the year? I lost 100 pounds on Nutrisystem. Well, that was mostly in your wallet for what it cost you to buy the stuff. I lost 50 pounds on Jenny Craig. Or I ate Subways. I'd rather eat the Subways. And then there's, you know, all these diet, you know, take this pill, take that pill, yada, yada, yada. Well, you know, what is the New Year's resolution most people make? I'm going to lose weight this year. And, you know, you have that New Year's ham and you forget all about it. Fullness of bread. You know, the thing is, and honestly, our country, our nation is blessed. We have more than enough. Have you ever gone into one of the grocery stores and the shelves were empty? I've done it a time or two. It was because they were closing the store. And they're trying to get rid of everything. Now you go in and look, well, they don't have anything left that I want. But, you know, anytime you go to Kroger's, the shelves are stocked. I mean, they're stocked completely, totally. You know, in many countries, you go in and you look and there's nothing there. There's nothing. You realize that we, in our nation, individually, we are full. We eat more than we should. Which brings us to the abundance of idleness. Of course, right now there are a lot of people idle because of the economy. What is the unemployment rate is over 10% now, unless you work for the government. It's less than 4. If you're in construction, it's 25%. And that doesn't reflect the ones who've been off so long they're not even looking anymore. So they don't even take them into consideration. The real number is probably closer to 17%. Idleness. Well, what is the general proverb that we think of when we talk of idleness? Idleness is the devil's workshop. And you know what? An idle mind, the devil will, boy, he'll play mind games with you in a hurry. An idle mind. Idle time. Idleness. We need, and what happens when young people can't find, particularly in the inner city where they can't find jobs and they don't have anything else to do, and sometimes, a lot of times, the homes are not intact and so forth, and they're trying to find something to do. What do? They go out and get in trouble. Because idleness is the devil's workshop. I really admire the Amish, because those two, when, they go do everything by hand, you get out there and you get out behind the horse and you plow the field and you sow and then you go out and with a hoe and you hoe the, at the end of the day, you don't have enough energy to go out and get in trouble. I mean, you go in and it gets dark and you don't have, all you got's a little lantern, you don't have any electricity. It's time to go to bed because you're going to have to get up with the chickens and start all over again. What was it the Lord said when he created man? 6 days shalt thou labor. Rest on the 7th. I'll tell you what, if we worked 6 days, probably the 7th day we'd be ready to rest. But we've cut the work week down and give us more time to play, more time to get into trouble. So he said, these are the sins of Sodom. And he's saying, Jerusalem, your sins are worse. These are the sins of the community. Christian, your sins are worse. You see, we cannot compare ourselves with ourselves, because when we do, we are not wise. We must look to the Lord. And which now brings me to the big sin. It wasn't the abominations. We think that, we look at that and that's horrible, horrible, horrible. And idleness and not taking care of the poor and the needy and the gluttonous abundance of bread. But here's what God looks at as most horrible. Pride. Pride. You see, there's a great deal of folly and danger in pride. As far as we know, the first sin that was ever committed was not by Adam and Eve in the garden, but was committed in heaven by Lucifer, the son of the morning. The one who perhaps was the highest level